Hi there, welcome to video 2, and this one's going to be looking at using Microsoft Teams effectively remote learn. So I've gone back into Microsoft Office using the methods we looked at previously, and what we're going to do now is we're going to have a look at this app here called Microsoft Teams. Now when you click on this, it might come up with a screen that says do you want to use a web version or an app. You might have downloaded the program for it. It's always best to use the web version. And the reason I say that is because in some cases, if you're sharing your computer with other people, you've always got the issue of which account's being used, but also some of the features. I find it a little bit more effective with this, and it just allows you to kind of move in and out of various aspects of this. So what we have here is we've got a list of all the teams that that your account will have been linked to. Now, this is a test account, so it's got lots of them here to go with. But what's really, really important is, yes, have a look at all these. This should be the classes that you're in. Here on this button, you will see any activity that you will have. So whether there's been a message sent to your class, whether if someone's responding to a message, etc., anything like that. This here tells us assignments, and this means tasks that are set. And what happens is you click on the class that you want to, and it will bring up any tasks that have been set there. Files, basically, this takes files from your OneDrive, as you can see. So if you remember for the previous video, you can actually see some of the stuff that we've been doing. And that allows us here to link it to our OneDrive. We can also add files in as well. But for the moment, let's just go back to Teams. And what we'll do is we'll have a look at one particular team itself. So remember, this is a test account. It was used previously. So what can you see here? Well, first off, you can see various messages from your teachers. If you wanted to reply, I'm just going to hide this. If you wanted to reply, don't click on here because that's starting a new conversation. What you would do is you would click on reply, and then you can type in your message, and then there's a button just over here, and it will say, thank you, sir. In fact, see if I can just move this around a bit. Yes, I'll move it there. Here it's got desktop notifications. Do you want to turn them on or dismiss? I'm going to say I want to dismiss them. So basically, there's a message from Mr. Giannini. He's the other history teacher, one of the other history teachers, and I'm going to say, this is now the new academic year. Oops, not academic wrong. And I will send that to him. He will now wonder what's going on. But that's going to send a notification to that teacher that a message has been sent. If you don't like what you've done, you can delete it, and it will remove it. The key thing is, obviously, you have to keep in mind that you've signed an acceptable use agreement for this. So you can't be posting silly messages on here because teachers will know about it and will have to take action. And that's not what this is all about. This is about you being able to learn remotely. So this here, this screen here is very much us being able to post resources, in some cases praise people, and kind of support you. And if you've got queries, you can post a message and tag somebody in. So say, for example, I'm really stuck at something and I might need help. I might say help at, and then another person. So I'll Mr. Giannini to respond. Help, Mr. Giannini. How do I'll explain what problem I'm having, send that message. Because I've tagged that person in, they will get a notification that you have asked. So don't just type in a message. Make sure if you want help that you are tagging the classroom teacher into that message to get support. Or if it's a friend who knows an awful lot about Teams and you can rely on, tag them into it and they will get a notification. Do remember that you can get Microsoft Teams on your phone as well. It's a free app from Microsoft, and it comes on Android and on Apple. You can download it, and it's really, really good at being able to scroll through and see what's recently happening. So really, really good tool. So Moving across, there are the posts, files. Your teachers will be able to upload resources in this one called class materials. So here, various files on Stuart and Tudor Life, and you can click on them and they will open them up as they would do in something like Microsoft Office. And here you've got like a PowerPoint, it's got a couple of slides in there. And if it says here it's read only. So just go back. That's the files. Class notebook we'll leave for later. Assignments. Well, we talked about assignments before. And here you will see what assignments have been set for you guys. And you can have a look at what's assigned versus what's completed. And as you can see, these ones were all set in the summer holidays. They're all overdue. And then here you can have a look at the grades, what grades you've been given. You see where it goes with there. And in some cases, we will have a link to a Microsoft Stream, a set of videos for you to support your learning. And you can click on any of these and watch them. Now, the really, really important one is Microsoft Teams and the Assignments tab. So let's have a look at one of these. If we click on this, what have we got? Well, we can see here that it's a Microsoft form, meaning it's basically an online short answer quiz. It's an online form to fill in. Sometimes it's short answer, sometimes it's multiple choice. We can actually set it for long text. You've got this ellipsis here, and you can see you can open it in Teams. Do that. So what happens then? Let's have a look. We've got here a video to watch, and then we've got questions. And then once we've done that, we can say we basically watch that video. So in this case, this is a video made by the teachers at Macaulay looking at the English Civil War.
Also known as the War of the Three Kingdoms, took place in the 1640s. It's seen in English history as the time where there was a great percentage.
Okay, we're going to stop there because we're not going to watch it all, but we're going to answer these questions. What's the Civil War? Well, it's a war fought by two sides in one country. What is another name for the English Civil War? We'll call it the War of the Three Kingdoms. I heard Mr. Clayton say that. What was another name for the Royalist sides? I know the answer is Cavalier. Do you remember stuff? But I'm going to say Clubman, just to get one wrong. What was another name for the Parliamentarian side? Roundheads. What was the name of the idea the king was chosen by God? Divine right. Give 3 reasons why she was unpopular. Well, she was French, she was a Catholic, and her children brought up Catholic. And then we'll just forget the rest. I'm just going to say submit. Oh no, questions required. Right, I'm just going to. So 1642. The facts about the prayer book are correct. Sorry, correct. It was too Catholic. Preacher pistols in one service. Yes, we'll say that. I will call it the ship attacks. 11 years. We were on break. Brackets. Friends. Submit. View my results. And it will tell me I got 7 out of 10. So what did I get wrong? Well, I got wrong. Yes, I knew it was Cavalier. So else we got? We were on a break. Apparently that was wrong. Ship tasks, ship money. I think they're being quite mean with that. So we can get feedback there. If we go back to Teams, and I want to have a look at another one, let's see. Let's look at a science one, and let's have a look at the assignments there. Did they set any assignments? Yes, they did. So in this one, let's look at muscles and joints. Here, what you can see is, rather than it being Microsoft Forms, it says work through the PowerPoint files. So basically what you can do is you can download these, or if you want, you can open them in Microsoft Online, and then what you then do is you add the work in. Okay? So select it and attach it. So basically you download your work to do all the tasks, then you would upload it, and then you can then submit it. And that's another way to do this. So the key thing here is always read these instructions. Be really, really careful to read it. Okay. So in this case, I would have downloaded all these, or alternatively, I would have opened them up in PowerPoint Online. Very, very flash. Then I would, it says you don't have permission to edit this. So then I would have made a copy of it. And then what would happen would be I would be able to access it. But whichever way, typically what they will do is they will make it so you have a copy of the work as well, just so that you can amend work as you're going on. Let's see if I can find an example of that. So if we choose, let's see, let's go back to history. Let's go back to an assignment. Load all the previous. So here, a bit of Easter fun. This one was probably not the best one. Tudor life. This is a very good example here. So with this one, basically you were doing a Tudor magazine. And what you'd do is you would work on this blank document. You would add all your pages. You would add all your information in there. Right? You can insert pictures. Okay, whether it's from this device or from Bing. So I want a picture of Tudors. Insert. Okay, and then once I've done all that, close. Once I've done all that and I've downloaded it, I've saved it, I can then say, well, all you then do is you say, I want a hand inlay. And as you can see there, you get a little graphic to say you've done it. Sometimes you might even have it might even tell you what the points mean for your marking. But as you can see there's lots of different ways to learn, and the main thing is have a read through of everything that's been set in terms of the instructions. Listen carefully. If you're not sure, respond to your teacher and ask, but do make sure that just because you've done work and you close it, right, make sure you submit. If you don't like what you've done, you can undo the hand in and then work it and then submit it. But that's basically it. It is really, really, really straightforward. Hopefully you've found this interesting. Hopefully it's made you think about how you might be learning and what to do. If you're not sure, like I said, always ask. And the other thing that I'd strongly suggest is if we move into live lessons, the probability is that within the post, they will tell you what time the lessons will be, and they'll have a meeting, and you'll be able to watch it. Okay. So, well, thank you for listening, and goodbye.